Bismillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir wa tammim bil khair. Today, inshallah, we will start lesson number 5, which is basically continuation of lesson number 3 and 4. As we know, in lesson number 3, we have learned about the passive, and in lesson number 4, we have learned about the active particle and the passive particle, which is ismul fa'il and ismul maf'ul. So basically, here in this lesson now, we will learn about ismul fa'il and ismul maf'ul for the verbs that are ghayr sahih or ghayr salim. As we know that there are only two types of verbs. One, we call them as-salimu. As-salim means the root letters will not have hamza, and they will not have tashdid, and they will not have waw or ya. So they are called as-salimu. And the rest of the verbs that have hamza or tashdid or weak letters like waw or ya, they are called ghayru salim or ghayr sahih. So in the previous two lessons, we have discussed about how to make passive from the verbs that are as-salim, and we have also learned how to make ismul fa'il and ismul maf'ul from the verbs that are salim or sahih. So in this lesson, we will learn about how to make ismul fa'il and ismul maf'ul, the active and passive particles, from the verbs that are ghair salim, and also we will learn how to make passive from the verbs that are ghayr salim or ghayr sahih. We have discussed about all the changes, like how these changes take place in book 2, lesson number 27 and 28. And now, inshallah, we will only see only the awzan, like the patterns, and it's up to you. If you want to go into the details, you can watch those lessons, and if you want to memorize or to see only the patterns, and the patterns are given over here, or the awzan are given over here. So as-salim, kataba yaktubu, fahuwa katibun, ismul fa'il, fadhaka maktubun, the writer and something that is written. Al-muda'af, or al-muda'af, as we know, that it has two root letters that are the same, and they are combined with tashdid, as we can see here. So the root letters will be ja, ra, ra, and when we put them in past tense, it will be jarra, and the present tense will be yajurru. Ismul fa'il will be jarrun, and ismul maf'ul will be majrurun. So jarra yajurru means to drag, jarrun, the one who drags, and majrurun, the thing or the one that has been dragged or pulled. Okay, now please remember that this one has tashdid, it is jarrun, and if we don't have tashdid, it will be jarun, that means neighbor. Then we have al-mahmuz. All right, so al-muda'af is basically da'afa yuda'ifu tada'ifan, which is sabbaha yusabbihu tasbihan. And salimu, we can see that it is on the pattern of fa'ilu. So salima yaslamu fahuwa salimun. And al-muda'af is clear now. Al-mahmuz. Okay, what is the pattern of al-mahmuz?
Starting from Hamza?
I think
Yeah, the wazn of al-mahmuz. Is it ismul fa'il or ismul maf'ul?
Maf'ul.
It's on the pattern of ismul maf'ul, as we can see here. Mahmuz, right? Mahmuz, maf'ul, they are the same. So basically, hamaza yahmizu means to prick someone or something. A pricking of someone, or when like a rider is riding a horse, and when he has like kind of shoes that have like kind of nail inside it, and when he pricks the horse to make it run faster, so that is called yani hamazahu. He made him run faster. He pricked him and he made him run faster. Now here, so hamaza yahmizu fahuwa hamizun fadhaka mahmuzun. So why it is called like hamza? Because it's like something that is called from, it is one of the root letters, or it is one of the huruf al-halaqi, right? It's one of the throat letters. So it is like pronounced from the throat, from the, as we say, it is like a glottal or glottalized. So it's basically something that pricks our throat when we pronounce it. It's like that kind of sound, like sha, sha, or shay. So that's why it is called mahmuz. And when we say that a verb is mahmuz, that means it has hamza as one of the root letters. It can be the first root letter, it can be the second root letter, and it can be the third root letter as well. And we know that hamza can be the part of the root letter, but alif cannot be the part of the root letters. So we have akala yakulu, fahuwa akilun, and fadhaka ma'kulun. And we have also discussed about akilun and makulun mahmuz as well. And then we have al-mithal, and we know that al-mithal, a verb that has waw or ya as the first root letter. So if it is the if waw is the first root letter, we say al-mithal al-wawiyu. Walada yalidu, fahuwa walidun, and fadhaka mawludun. Walidun for the father, and mawludun is used for the son. Basically, it's waladat, and of course talidu, waladat, and talidu. However, we know that in Arabic language, we start from the third person, like akala yakulu, jarra yajuru, kataba yaktubu. That's why we start from walada yalidu. And then we have al-mithalu al-ya'iyu, which is yasara yasiru, fahuwa yasirun, fadhaka maysurun. So this pattern, maybe it's new for us, so you can memorize or you can learn it now, that ismul fa'il will be yasirun and ismul maf'ul will be maysurun, on the pattern of maf'ulun. Then we move on to ajwaf and naqis. And ajwaf and naqis, we know that these are the verbs or the types of verbs that go through many changes. And so when we talk about al-ajwaf al-wawi, and why we call it ajwaf, the middle root letter or the second root letter is always waw or ya. So it is empty from inside. That's why we call it ajwaf. It's qala yaqulu. It's basically qawala, and after the changes, it becomes qala yaqulu. Fahuwa qailun. So here hamza has been inserted. Instead of qawilun, it is qailun, and this is the change that, and this is what we call ta'lil, that the waw has been changed into hamza. Fahuwa qailun, fadhaka maqulun. Maqulun, also this is not maf'ulun. There was an other waw, the extra waw, that has been dropped as well. So ismul fa'il will be qailun and ismul maf'ul will be maqulun. And we will see about these changes inshallah in the exercises. Sheikh has discussed in detail like how these changes take place. As of now, we only need to look at the patterns, like what is the pattern of ismul fa'il and what is the pattern of ismul maf'ul. So for ajwaf wawi, it will be qailun and maqulun. And for ajwaf ya'i, it will be ba'a yabi'u, fahuwa ba'i'un. So it's basically similar to qailun and ba'i'un. Here, ya has been changed into hamza as well. And ismul maf'ul will be mabi'un, mabi'un. So these two are a little bit different, and here these two are the same. However, ismul maf'ul, both of them have different pattern. This is on the pattern of maf'ulun, and this is on the pattern of mafilun. Then we have al-naqis al-wawi, and we know when we say naqis, that means the third root letter will be either waw or ya. And here we can say da'a, yad'u. So it's basically da'awa yad'u, and after the changes, it has become da'a yad'u. And ismul fa'il will be fahuwa da'in. And this is completely different, this pattern, fahuwa da'in. And we have discussed about it many times. It is called ismul manqus. Basically, it was da'iyun, and then that ya has been changed into kasratain. So it has become, it is called tanween al-iwad, like compensation of ya, and it has been changed into da'in. And ismul maf'ul will be mad'uun. It is similar to maf'ulun, but again, there were like a couple of waws over here, and one waw has been merged into the other, and that's why we have tashdid over there, mad'uun. And then we have an-naqis al-ya'i, hada yadi, and again here we have waw as the last root letter, or the third root letter, and here we have ya as the third root letter. Hada yahdi, fahuwa hadin, fadhaka mahdiyun. So also here, ism al-maf'ul, both of them have different patterns. However, ism al-fa'il for naqis wawi and naqis ya'i, and they have the same pattern, which is fa'ilin, as we can see here. See here, da'in, wahadin. And these are the patterns. We have discussed about these patterns in detail, and also we will discuss in the exercises as well. Now, I would say that you have a very good summary of all these changes that take place, and this is what we have. This is everything, you know. So you can simply memorize the patterns, and after memorizing the patterns, you can put any verb into that pattern, and you can make ismul fa'il, and you can make ismul maf'ul. Now we talk about passive for irregular verbs. Active we have already discussed in lesson number 3, and now we will see passive. We have also discussed about the passive of the af'al that are salim, and in this lesson we are going to discuss about the verbs that are irregular. Okay, now what kind of verbs are irregular? The verbs that have hamza or tashdid or waw or ya as one of the root letters, we call them irregular verbs. Al-fi'l ghayr salim or ghayr sahih. So salim we have already discussed, kataba yaktubu, and when we talk about the passive, for the past tense, the passive will be kutiba on the pattern of fu'ila, and mudari will be yuktabu on the pattern of yuf'alu. And we discussed this in lesson number 3. Now we will discuss about muda'af. So it's jarra yajurru, and a passive will be jurra, and it's on the pattern of fu'ila, but we know that in this pattern we don't have kasra, so that's why it has changed into jurra, and mudari will be yujarru. Jurra, please notice that there are only 2 instances or 2 maqams where we have seen that in yad'u, when we were doing the conjugation of yad'u, we have seen that hum yad'una and hunna yad'una. Both of them, for hum it was yad'una and hunna it was yad'una. So that was the only thing that, like, 2 verbs are used, but they are used in different contexts. Here we have jurra. Jurra is the passive form for the past tense. Do you remember any other form of jurra? Like, what kind of verb is this? Yesterday or in the previous lesson we discussed about it. This is also fi'l al-amr.
مضاعف.
It's mudaf, but this is also fi'l al-amr. So jurra is passive, and also when you ask someone to drag something, you say jurra al-tawilata, drag the chair. So for the passive, it is jurra, and also for fi'l al-amr, it will be also jurra. So this is something that is, again, something very beautiful, something very delicate that you can notice over here. And from the context, we will see whether it is used as passive of the past tense or it is used as fi'l al-amr. So 2 things. Yad'una, for whom yad'una and hunna yad'una, they are the same. And the second thing that we can see over here, jurra is fi'l al-majhul al-madi, and also this is fi'l al-amr as well. Then we have akala ya'kulu and ukila yu'kalu. No big change has taken place. It's the same, or on the pattern of fu'ila, and this is on the pattern of yuf'alu. So both of them are similar, almost similar to sahih. Walada yalidu, and then we have wulida yuladu. It is also on the pattern of fu'ila, and this is also on the pattern of yuf'alu. The only thing that we have seen over here, that in the mudari, waw was dropped, but in passive, the waw comes back, as we can see over here. So that is the only difference, or the only change, or the only abnormality that happens in al-mudaf when we talk about the past tense and the present tense, when we talk about salim, and when we talk about ma'lum, active, and when we talk about passive. So in passive, the waw has been dropped over here, whereas it comes back over here. These patterns are almost like we know them and these are known to us. However, these patterns are a little bit different. We recite the Quran every day and we come across these patterns every day. But today, inshallah, we will come to know that for al-ajwaf al-wawi, which is qala yaqulu, ism al-fa'il will be on the pattern of qila, qila, always. For ajwaf wawi and ajwaf ya'i, ism al-fa'il, sorry, it's not ism al-fa'il, this is passive. It has to be changed, passive, yeah? Passive will be on the pattern of qila. And passive for the past tense will be on the pattern of qila. And passive for the present tense will be on the pattern of yuqalu. Qila yuqalu. So now you can memorize like this. Qala yaqulu, qila yuqalu. Qala yaqulu, qila yuqalu. So when you inshallah pronounce it like 10 times, you will get used to it. So this is not ism al-fa'il, this is passive, and this is also passive. This is passive for the past, and this is passive for the present. Al-madi wal-mudari. Similarly, we have ba'a yabi'u, and passive will be on the same pattern as qila, it will be bi'a, and passive for the present tense will be on the pattern of yuba'u. So both of them are similar, yuqalu and yuba'u, similarly qila and bi'a. Just familiarize yourselves with this pattern, and in the lesson we will discuss, and in the exercises we will discuss about these patterns. And then for naqis, we have the yad'u, which is like ma'lum, and when we talk about this is active, and when we talk about the passive, it will be on the pattern of fu'ila, it will be du'iya, and passive for the present tense will be yud'a. Do you remember about the change that has taken place over here? You need to note down these small things. Even though the root letter is waw, however,
because of wa.
yes, excellent. However, when we talk about the passive, in naqis, in the passive tense for the present tense, lil fi'l al-mudari, we will not get waw, we will always get alif maqsura. Please remember this. Whether it is naqis wawi or naqis ya'i, when we are talking about the passive, and we are talking about passive lil mudari for the present tense, it will always take alif maqsura, it will be on the pattern of yud'a, and here we have yuhda. So hada yahdi, hudiya on the pattern of fu'ila, and yuhda is on the pattern of yuf'alu, and it is yuhda. So here we don't have waw, here we have alif maqsura, and similarly also here we have alif maqsura. And we will see like why these changes and how these changes take place. So qala yaqulu, passive, qila yuqalu. Ba yabi'u, passive, biya yuba'u. Da'a yad'u, passive, du'iya yud'a. Hada yahdi, passive, hudiya yuhda. And once you get used to these patterns, inshallah, you will start using them, and you will start enjoying them when you're reciting the Quran, and you will, mashallah, inshallah, appreciate the beauty of learning the Arabic language then. Now we move on to the lesson, Ad-Darsu Al-Khamisu, lesson number 5. Fi maktabi. Majrurat. How many majrurat are there? How many types of majrur are there in Arabic language? Only 2.
Jar majroor.
Okay, excellent. Jar majrur, which we can see here. Fi harf jar, and maktabi is majrur.
Mudaf.
Okay. And mudaf ilayh. Yes, mudaf ilayh is always majrur. Okay. So jar majrur, when we have the preposition, the noun after the preposition is always majrur, and when it is mudaf ilayh, it is always majrur. Now this is a complex construction where we have more than one mudaf ilayh, and we have more than one mudaf. Okay, so maktab, we know it is on the pattern of maf'al. Maktab, right? It's on the pattern of maf'al. So it is both, it is used for the desk, and it is also used for the office, the place, or it is also used for the desk on the pattern of maf'alun. Okay, fi maktabi. What will be the ending of mudir?
في مكتب المديري.
Okay, fi maktabi mudiri. All right. And then we have mahadi. Mahad is also on the pattern of maf'al. So this is also a dharf and it means institute. So it is also majroor. Okay, now we know that maktab is majroor because of fi, but why mudir is majroor and why mahad is majroor? So first of all, let's have a look. Maktab is a common noun. We can say that it doesn't have, we can see that it doesn't have al. Mudir is also common noun and mahad is also common noun. So we know that when we look at the construction, which is mudaf, mudaf alayh, normally mudaf is a common noun and mudaf alayh is a proper noun. That's number one. Number two, maktab will be mudaf for mudir. Now mudir is both. It is mudaf and mudaf ilayh. How it is mudaf? It doesn't have al. How it is mudaf ilayh? It has kasra. Mahad also it is mudaf and mudaf ilayh. How it is mudaf? It doesn't have al. It doesn't have tanween. How it is mudaf ilayh? It has kasra. Okay. So في مكتبي مديري مهد اللغة العربية. Now لغة العربية is موصوف and sifa, and this is complete مضاف إليه. Why it is مضاف إليه? Because we know that مضاف إليه is normally majroor and it has al with that. So the whole construction will be basically fi, after fi the whole construction will be jar majroor. But if we further break it, then we will say that maktab is mudaf and mudir is mudaf ilayh, and at the same time mudaf. Mahad is both mudaf, mudaf ilayh, and al-lughat al-arabiyya is mudaf ilayh only. So the easy or the rule of thumb is whenever you see like there are 3, 4, 5 nouns and you figure out that this is the construction of mudaf, mudaf ilayh, and then what you have to do, you have to keep on putting kasra all the way, unless, yeah, we have to put kasra because even if it's mamnu min as-sarf, it will accept kasra because we know that when mamnu min as-sarf, when we use it as mudaf mudaf ilayh, it accepts kasra. All right. Yusma'u, is it active or passive?
It's passive.
Passive. Yuf'alu. Okay, so if we see dhamma in the beginning, and
The
if
second
last letter has fatha, that means it is confirmed that this is passive. Passive for the present tense. Why? Because we have ya over here. Yusma'u, it is heard. What is heard? So we have naibul file, which is tarqun. Tarqun is basically knock or knocking. Taraqa yatruqu tarqan. So yusma'u tarqun. So this is naibul file. That's why it is marfu. Al-babi, on the door. So knocking is heard on the door, or we can say a knock is heard on the door. Al-babi jar majrur. Al-mudiru. All right, please try to put the endings or try to put the vowel signs for this. Udkhul, excellent. Udkhul, you get in. Dakhala yadkhulu, and fi'l al-amr will be udkhul. Excellent. So it is sakin, the ending will be sakin. Udkhul. Yadkhulu shabun, the young man enters. Wa yusallimu, and he greets. Yani he says assalamu alaikum to the he says assalamu alaikum to the manager or to the head of the department. Okay, shabun means a young man, and there is a very beautiful hadith about young men, like as it says, like there are 7 whom Allah will shade on a day when there is no shade but his, and from those 7 there is one which is shabun, a young man who fears Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it will be a youth who grew up, shabun nasha'a fi ibadatillah, a youth or a young man who grew up in the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves the young man who likes to do worship of Allah or ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's why if you have any young people around you, your sons or kids or your brothers or sisters, please always encourage them, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will shade that young man on the day of judgment when there will be no shade other than the shade of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So a young man who worships Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will share him inshallah on the day of judgment. And the teacher says, or the mudir says, wa alaykum assalamu. And we know this construction we have discussed many times. Wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. So wa rahmatullahi, again we can see that this is jar majroor. Wa barakatuhu is also, sorry, mudaf mudaf ilayh, and wa barakatuhu is also mudaf mudaf ilayh. What kind of wow is this? Wow al-atf. Yeah, please don't forget that. Yeah, this is waw al-istinafiyah. It is used to start the sentence, whereas this is al-atf and this is also al-atf. Rahmatullahi is mudaf mudaf alayh, wa barakatuhu is also mudaf mudaf alayh. Barakat is the plural of barakah. Atalibun jadidun anta. Are you a new student? Talibun, and then we have the masuf and the sifa for him is jadidun anta. Are you a new student? Ashabu. Why it is Ashabu now? Shabun,
It's
talking
we
about
discussed
a
in the
particular
previous lesson that when we discussed about a person for the first time, and when you discuss about the same person for the second time, then it will be used with al. Okay, so it will be Ashabu. The young man. La ana za'irun. No, I am a visitor. Za'irun. So we have zara yazuru fahuwa za'irun on the pattern of fa'ilun. And we have the verse of the Quran, Zara, from Zara, Alhaakum at-takathur hatta zurtumul maqabir. Yeah, zurtum. So from Zara, if you do that construction up to number like 14, so you will see that it is zurtum, and you go to or you visit, yani you reach the graves. Al-Mudiru, ahlan wa sahlan. We have discussed in detail about the construction of ahlan wa sahlan. Yani atayta ahlan wa ta'ta sahlan. Yani welcome. So it is used for welcome. Ijlis, you sit. Min ayna anta. Where are you from? Min ayna anta. Where are you from? Okay, one more thing here you can see. It is the root letters are za, zai, waw, and ra. And after the changes, it becomes yara, zara, yazuru, ziyaratan. And it is from bab nasara yansuru, to visit. And fahuwa za'irun, the one who visits. Mazurun is the place that is visit. Za'irun, visitor. And zuwarun, on the pattern of tullabun, visitors, plural. Okay, why did I put it here? This is basically a beautiful dictionary which is compiled by the Sheikh for these three books, these Durus al-Lughat al-Arabiyyah. I have got the copy of this, so I will share it in the link, and then you can download it, or I will send you the link, and you can download it. It's very beautiful, and it's a must for all of us to have it, especially when we are learning these three books, because the Sheikh has beautifully put everything over there, all the verbs and the nouns, and everything has been discussed in this dictionary. So I have taken it from there. All right. Ashabu, the young man. Ana min Pakistan. I am from Pakistan. Why Pakistan has fatha? Mamnu min as-sarf. Excellent. I am from Pakistan. Ana muhadirun. Ana mubtada min Pakistan khabar. Similarly, ana mubtada muhadirun khabar. Muhadirun is also ismul fa'il, but it is from the derived form of the verb hadara, yuhadiru, fahuwa muhadirun, the one who delivers a lecture or lecturer. So I am a lecturer fi mahadil. Yeah, so this is mahad on the pattern of maf'al. Fi mahadil lughat al-arabiyyati, in the Institute of Arabic Language, bi Lahura, in Lahore. So Lahore, because Lahore is also mamnu min as-sarf, that's why we will put fatha over there. I am a lecturer of Arabic language in Lahore. Ji'tu, I have come. Hajjan, hajja yahujju, fahuwa hajjun, right? Ismul fa'il for mudaf. I came over here to perform hajj. Here, hajjan is basically used as hal. I have come here to perform hajj. Ji'tu hajjan. فاغتنمت اغتنم يغتنم اغتناما. that means to seize the opportunity or to take the opportunity. So I have come over here and to perform Hajj. فاغتنمت هذه الفرصة, and I have seized this opportunity. هذه for the opportunity, so it's a feminine, that's why we have هذه إشارة and مشار إليه. And فرصة, why it is mansub? Because
it's maful bihi.
is fail plus file, and هذه الفرصة is مفعول به. لزيارتي, to visit.
Badal actually.
Yes, badal, or yes, we can say badal as well. Yeah, لزيارتي, to visit. Okay, ziyara is basically, we know that it is masdar, and now we can see that the masdar can also be used to mean for visiting, or it can also be translated as to visit. To لزيارتي, to visit. mahadikum, your institute. ash-shahiri, famous.
The famous one.
Yeah, famous. Okay. Ash-shahir has kasra. Why does it have kasra? Yeah, you have forgotten so many things. Yes.
Because this
Because
one is,
it's a sifa for Mahdi.
Excellent. It's the sifa of Mahad.
Mahdi
Okay.
is
Mahad is majroor.
with this thing, it has become proper, and this is also proper.
Mahad is majroor, and because Mawsuf is majroor and sifa is also majroor, because we know that Mawsuf and sifa, they will be equal in 4 properties of the noun. But Mahad, how come we have ash-shahir? Shahid is a proper noun,
Because
but
this
Mahad
is
is a
plus
common
with
noun.
the attached pronoun, so it is already
Mudaf.
proper. But
Excellent, because
attached
it's
pronoun.
mudaf ila al-ma'rifa. You know, with that, all the attached pronouns are proper nouns. So when we have a common noun, but when we use it as mudaf for the proper noun, it also becomes a proper noun. So Mahad is a proper noun, and ash-shahid is also a proper noun as well. So that's why it is majroor, because, and I remember that we discussed in book number 2, Narullahi al-Muqadah. We remember that. Narullahi al-Muqadah. What will be the ending of Muqadah?
Muqaddati.
Muqadatun. Narullahi. So
Narullahi
muqadatun.
al-Muqadah. It's the sif of Nar. So Nar is
Yes, so
marfu.
it should be
Should
marfu.
be
Yes, it will be
marfu.
marfu. Excellent. So
Narullah.
inshallah, when you recite the Quran now, we will not forget, because Muqadah is the one that has been embarked. So this is basically the sifa of Nar. So Nar is marfu. That's why sifa is also marfu. Narullahi al-Muqadatu, the embarked fire of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So now inshallah, when you see, because Nar is marfu, and the sifa that has been used for the Nar is also marfu, and we know Nar is feminine, that's why the sifa is feminine, and Nar has become a proper noun because of Ismul Jalala, so that's why the sifa that has been used is also proper, and we have discussed in detail in book number 2. Here we have qila. Qila, now we can see here that this is the passive form of qala. Qala, he said. Qila, it was said. Qila li, it was said to me. It was said to me. Innahu, who referring to the Mahad, to the institute. Indeed, it is ahsanu
Best.
mahadin. Okay, how will we
The best.
translate it?
The best institute.
The best
Best
institute.
institute. Why best institute? Because we don't have min
Because
after
it's-
that.
No min over there.
Excellent. So if we
Compare.
have min after that, we will use it as comparative. And if we don't have min after that, then it will be used as superlative. So qila li, it was said to me, innahu, indeed it is ahsanu mahadin, the best institute للتعليم اللغة العربية, for teaching Arabic language. Again, ta'lim is masdar, allama yu'allimu ta'liman, and this is lam al-ta'lil, that's why, and this is lam al-talil, and it also functions as harf jar, and the ending will be majroor للتعليم.
Lamu Talil will never function as harful jar, Ustad.
masdar, it is mudaf.
Lamu Talil will make
اللغة
this thing
العربية
as
is
mansub
مضاف
only,
إليه
Ustad.
لغير ناطقين بها. Okay, غير means
Lamu
those
Talil.
who do not. Yes.
Lamu Talil will never function as the one as jar majrur. It
لام
is completely
التليل
different.
لام التليل استعمل للجر, يعني it is used as jar. So we discussed about this, like this is lam al-talil, but it functions as jar. So harf jar in the context of used as lam al-talil. If you see, if you look at the translation, it will be للتعليم
Lama
اللغة
again, any
العربية
usage like that where
for
the
teaching
Lamu
Arabic
Talil
language.
has been used. Okay, for her as harf of jar, because Lamu Talil is the lam of causing and it makes the verb mansub, whereas this harf of jar is the one which makes the noun majroor. So both are different. I always thought it was done.
Look here, look, it is harf jar. It is harf jar, right? Li. But it gives the meaning of ta'lil. للتعليم اللغة العربية, to learn Arabic language or for learning Arabic language. So you know why we use Lamu Talil? To give a reason, right? So it is definitely harf jar and it has made the noun majroor. But when we talk about the meaning, it will give the meaning of reason. So that's why we will say that this is harf jar, which is used in the context of or to give the meaning of Lamu Talil. للتعليم اللغة العربية لغير الناطقين بها. نطق ينطق فهو ناطق. What will be the plural of ناطق? ناطقون ناطقين ناطقين. And we know that غير is one of the words or nouns that is always used as مضاف. So that's why الناطقين is مضاف إليه. And biha ha refers to the language. Okay, it refers to the language over here. So for non-native speakers of Arabic language, الناطقين بها means native speakers of the language, and غير الناطقين بها means non-native speakers of Arabic language. What is the name of these books? دروس اللغة العربية لغير الناطقين بها. لغير الناطقين بها. The lessons of Arabic language for non-native speakers of Arabic language. فأحب, and I love, أن, that, أطلع, أطلع is also اطلع يطلع اطلاعا, and it is used to get information or to acquaint oneself. So فأحب أن أطلع, so I would love to acquaint myself, or I would love to get some information على, about, مناهجه, its syllabus, وكتبه, and its books. الطالية التي تطلع. So again from there, نار الله الموقدة التي تطلع على الأفئدة. التي تطلع, that reaches. الطالع, so it is يطلع تطلع الطالع. So basically I have come over here to get some information about مناهجه, about its syllable, وكتبه, and its books. Manahij is the plural of manhaj. Manhaj is used for, manhaj dirasi is used for syllabus. Marhaban bika, welcome to you, Al-Mudir. Masmuka, what is your name? We have discussed that this is ma al-istifhamiyya. Ashabu, ismi Mahdi ibn Abdul Hadi. My name is Mahdi, son of Abdul Hadi. Okay, now this construction, we discussed about this a lot, and inshallah we will go through quickly about this construction as well. And on this pattern, we have Muhammad ibn Abdullah, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we will say Muhammad ibn Abdullah. How is it used? I'll show you now. The word ibn comes as mudaf. For example, ibn and Hamidun. So we want to say the son of Hamid, we will say Ibn Hamidin. Ibn Mudaf, Hamid Mudaf ilayh. But when the word Ibn comes between two definite nouns, when it comes between two definite nouns, it becomes adjective for the first noun and Mudaf for the second noun. How? See here, we have Bilalun, and we have Ibnun, and we have Hamidun. And when we put it into one construction, Bilal is a proper noun and Hamid is a proper noun. And what is the condition? When it comes between two proper nouns, it becomes the sifa for the first noun. So Bilalu has Dhamma and Ibnu also has Dhamma. So Masuf and Sifa, and they are equal in four properties. How they are equal in four properties? Because it is also Mudaf. It is Mudaf of Hamid, so that's why it is also proper noun. Bilal is also proper noun. Bilal is marfu and Ibnu is marfu. and Bilal has is masculine, and this is also masculine. And Hamidin is majroor. Why is Hamidin is majroor? Because here for Hamid it is functioning as mudaf, and Hamidin is mudaf ilayh. So whenever we have al-kalima ibnun, when it comes between two proper nouns, then it becomes a sifa for the first noun, and it becomes mudaf ilayh for the second noun. Is this clear now?
Just because it is clubbed with Hamid, because this one becomes proper.
Yes,
when Bilal
exactly.
is
Yeah.
also proper.
And that's why it is used as, so it is functions as sifa, and also it functions as mudaf. That's why here we have Muhammad ibn Abdullah. So here Muhammad Masuf, and here it is sifa,
And when it is,
and here it is used as mudaf, and Abdullah is used as mudaf ilayhi.
and also when it is sandwiched between two proper nouns, the alif gets dropped also.
Yes, alif gets dropped min ghayr al-Quran, but in the Quran it doesn't get dropped. Yeah, so we will see here over now. So we have Isa ibn Maryamu, and in the Quran we have Isa ibn Maryama, and we know that Maryam is mamnu min as-sarf, and that's why it has fatha. Isa ibn Maryama. Dhalika Isa ibn Maryam. As you can see here in the Quran, we have the verse over here. That is Jesus from Surah Maryam, the son of Mary. قول الحق الذي فيه يمترون, the word of truth about which they are in dispute. So we can see here now in the Quran that it is used as, here for Isa it is sifa, and for Maryam it is mudaf. Then we have another verse, وقالت اليهود عزير ابن الله وقالت النصارى المسيح ابن الله. And again we can see here that Uzairun is a proper noun, and Ismul Jalala also proper noun. So in between it is Ibnu. And similarly, Al-Masihu is a proper noun, and Ismul Jalala is a proper noun. And here again it is Ibnu. So here it has Dhamma, and here it is Majroor because of Ibnu. ذَلِكَ قَوْلُهُمْ بِأَفْوَاهِهِمْ. Okay, so وَقَالَتْ, because this is Ismul Jam'. So Ismul Jam', like Yahud is the plural of Yehudiyun. We have learned it, right? So Ismul Jama', when we have Ismul Jama', which represents the whole race or the whole jins, then we can use both. We can use qala and we can use qalat as well. In the Quran, it is used waqalat. We know that qalat is used for feminine, but here, because it is Ismul Jama', it is representing the whole nation. That's why it is used as feminine. So it is used to say waqala, and it is also okay to say waqalat. Okay, ذلك قولهم بأفواههم. ذلك قولهم. قولهم is مضاف إليه. بأفواههم is jar majroor. أفواه is the plural of
From
فمن and أفواهن. Okay, بأفواههم يضاهئون قول الذين كفروا من قبل. Okay, why it is من قبل? You remember now?
yes, because the
Mudafila is dropped.
Is dropped. Excellent.
is
So
deleted.
we have seen this from the Quran now. So we know all of this construction, mashallah. So we should be able to analyze this, the whole verse of the Quran, and it's easier for now. Dhalika is mubtada, qawluhum is khabar, dhalika is ishara, and it is musharan lay, or it's badal. Qawluhum mudaf ilayh, bi afwahihim jar majroor, and also mudaf ilayh. Yudahi'una, it is derived from of the verb, fourth form of the verb, third one. We will discuss about this inshallah when we start lesson number 16. Qawla is used as mudaf, alladhina is used as mudaf ilayh. Kafaru, why it is kafaru? Because it is used for alladhina. Alladhina kafaru. Okay, so min qablu, earlier. Qatalahumullah. I want to know if you are able to figure out this construction.
This one is the present, that past tense, which is used as a curse or something like that. Which
Excellent. So it's basically we say fail dua, which can be used to make dua, and it can be used to curse someone as well. And we have discussed in the previous lesson, قُتِلَ الْإِنسَانُ مَا أَكْفَرَهُ. قُتِلَ الْإِنسَانُ, over there, it doesn't mean that man is killed. Here it means woe to the man, right? Woe to the man. And here again, we can see that it is used like to make dua, to curse, because qatala yuqatil muqatalatan means to fight, but here it doesn't mean to fight with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wal iyadha billah. Here it means may Allah destroy them. So this construction already we have discussed about it, and it is confirmed now that it is used as when it is used with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or when it is used in this context, then it means may Allah destroy them. Anna is also a dharf, where from yufakun. Is it active verb or passive?
It's passive
Passive. Why do you say that?
because it's
Otherwise, it will be fa with kasra.
Yes.
If it was
So if
active.
you see that the second to
Yufikun.
last letter has
one
dhamma and
yeah,
fatha, and in the beginning we have fatha, then it means it is also passive, and passive is used a lot in the Quran. So the Jews say Ezra or Uzair is the son of Allah, and the Christians say the Messiah or Isa alayhi salam is the son of Allah. That is their statement from their mouth. They imitate the saying of those who disbelieved before them. May Allah destroy them. How are they deluded? So again, this is a beautiful verse again about the Aqidah as well, as it is our Aqidah that Isa alayhi salam is the messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he is the son of Maryam alayhi salam. And whenever they say they believe in Trinity, and Quran confirms that this is wrong, there is nothing like that. So now, alhamdulillah, you are able to analyze this as well. Al-Mudarrisu, the teacher, Yadrusu fi ma hadina. So again here, ma hadina, again we can see here, it is jar majroor, and again it is mudaf mudaf ilayh. Darisuna, darasa yadrusu fa huwa darisun, and darisuna is a plural of darisun, the students. Min, from mu'adhami biladil alami, from many countries of the world. And do you remember that mu'adham, as you remember, is also used as mudaf? That's why after that, this is majroor, that's why it has kasra because of min, and bilad has kasra because it is mudaf ilayh, and al-alami is also mudaf ilayh. There are many students from different countries of the world study over here. Yatarawahu, verb from number 6. Yatarawahu, tarawaha yatarawahu, to vary, to fluctuate. Adaduhum, their number. So yatarawahu is basically a fail, and adaduhum is file. Their number, and their number fluctuates, or their number varies. Baina, from. So it is also, we know that it is used as mudaf. So arba'i, so why it is arba'i? Because of baina. Arba'i miyatin wa khamsina. So it's like 450 wa khamsi miyatin aw 500. So the number fluctuates, and there are around 450 to 500 students, or their number is between 450 to 500. Wa muddatu dirasati, and the time period of studies, fihi, in it, sanatani, is 2 years. So muddatu dirasati is mubtada, and fihi sanatani is khabar. Muddatu is mudaf, and ad-dirasati is mudaf ilayhi. And the period of studies is 2 years. هذه نسخة, هذه مبتدا, نسخة خبر, من المناهج, from the syllabus or from the curricula, from the syllabus. This is a copy of the syllabus. وهي, and it is mudaf, hadiyatun, gift, mudaf alayh, laka, jar majroor. وهي hadiyatun lak, and this is a gift for you. هذه نسخة من المناهج, this is a copy of our syllabus. وهي هدية لك, and this is a gift for you. وهذه,
how is hadiyatun is mudaf ilayh?
Sorry, it's khabar. Did this mudaf ilayh?
No, it's
Afwan. Of
it's
course, this is
mubtada
here is mubtada, and hadiyatun is khabar.
Okay.
مبتدا خبر, لك جار مجرور متعلق الخبر. So and wa is wa al-ataf, and this is a gift for you. وهذه بعض كتبنا, and these are some of our books. وهذه مبتدا, بعض مضاف, كتبنا مضاف إليه.
مضاف إليه.
Yes, these are some of our books, and we know that bad is also used as special mudaf.
Mudaf.
And also this, I have taken this from the dictionary, just to remind you that don't forget to download it. Now, mashallah, you are advanced learners and now you know how to use the dictionary. So, and also it tells that this is verb from number 7 or 6, basically, right? Yeah, and
Yes,
here it means like, and the details are given over here as well. Mahdi, أين يمكنني شراء هذه الكتب?
B.
B, excellent, perfect. Okay, أين, where, يمكنني, يمكن is the verb, and then we have noon al-wiqaya, and ni is, what is the position of ni?
Object.
Object, excellent, maf'ul bihi. Attached pronouns, whenever they come with the verb, they are always maf'ul bihi. Again, please remember, write it down, that the attached pronouns, whenever they come with a verb, they are always used as maf'ul bihi. So yumkinu is the verb, noon is noon al-wiqaya, ni for me. So yumkinu verb plus maf'ul bihi, and where is the file? Shira'u. That's why it has dhamma. Aina yumkinuni shira'u, where is it possible for me to buy or buying? And it is used as mudaf. Hadhihi al-kutubi, mudaf ilayh. Where is it possible for me to buy these books or buying these books? Where is it possible for me to buy these books? So please remember here that
Discussing about
this is
ishtara also.
the shira is yes, that's what I was asking. We discussed in the previous lesson. Shira is the masdar of shara yashri. It's the masdar of shara yashri, and masdar is always, most of the times, it is used as mudaf ilayh. That's number one. And masdar either gives the meaning of ing, getting, or it gives the meaning of to get. So getting these books, where is it possible for me to get these books? Or getting these books, like where is it possible getting these books, something like that. And if you go to Surat al-Mujadala today and you see verse number 2 and 3, you will see a very beautiful use of tahriru and also like siyamu. So over there, all these like masdar, how it is used as mudaf ilayh and how it is translated. هذه الكتب لا تباع. هذه الكتب لا تباع. Okay, تباع, can you figure out?
It's passive.
Passive for the present tense. Ba yabiu, biya yuba'u, and because the books are feminine
Books are
plural,
not for
treated as
sale.
feminine plural, that's why it is la tuba'u, are not sold. These books are not sold, and these books are not for selling.
Sale.
Yumkinuka, it's possible for you, again, yumkinu verb ka maf'ul bihi. Al-husulu, so it will be the file. Yumkinuka al-husulu, it is possible for you to get. Alayha, hasala yahsulu husulan, always comes with the preposition of alay, so it is alayha, ha referring to the books. Yumkinuka al-husulu alayha, it is possible for you to get them. Majjanan, for free. Min, from, markaz, on the pattern of maf'al, which is also a dharf. Markazi, shu'uni, shu'uni is the plural of sha'nun, affairs, ad-dawati, ad-dawa. So it's possible for you to get them for free from the center of dawa affairs, from the center of dawa affairs. Okay, here, yumkinuka al-husulu alayha. Something is mahdhuf over here.
عليها يمكنك الحصول عليها.
يمكنك الحصول عليها حصولا مجانا. Because majanan is used as sifat and husulan is used as maf'ul mutlaq. It is used as maf'ul mutlaq. So yumkinuka, it's possible for you. Yumkinu is fi'l. We know ka is maf'ul bihi al-ula. Al-husul is the doer. Alayha, and then here we have al-maf'ul al-mutlaq. Yumkinuka al-husulu alayha, it is possible for you to get them. Husulan majjanan, getting them for free. Min markazi shu'un da'wati, from the office of dawa affairs. Now, whenever I discussed about something like this, please don't think like we are just trying to do this like because we are trying to force something to happen like this. It's not like that. Now, when you look at the verse of over here, if you look the verse of Surah Al-Asr, here it is, إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. Is it possible for someone to translate it?
La, except allazina, those
those
who amanu,
Amanu believed,
wa amilu salihat,
وَعَمِلُوا
and
and
do
did salihat,
and
good.
righteous deeds.
Where is deeds?
Righteous is there, yeah.
Okay, so that's mean that's why. So al-amal is mahdhuf over here. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الْأَعْمَالَ الصَّالِحَاتِ. And they did good deeds. Now, when you translate it as good deeds, now you will realize that something is mahdhuf. And why it is over there? It's the beauty of the Arabic language. So that's why we are learning it now, and we are trying to figure out these small things, which are really very important to know, that whenever you read the translation or do the translation, you always see, you say, except for those who believed and they did good deeds. But we don't have the word al-amal. That means that it is understood that they did good deeds. That's why it is mahdhuf over here. Now, does it make any sense? Why do we need to know this? Because we are learning the Quran and we need to know this. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الْأَعْمَالَ الصَّالِحَاتِ. And we know that salihat is used for amal, and amal is the broken plural. That's why the sifa that we have used for it is also for the feminine as well. يَدْخُلُ سَاقٍ سَاقٍ سَقَى يَسْقِي فَهُوَ سَاقٍ. The cup bearer, the one who is holding the cup, enters وَيَصُبُّ, and he pours, sabba yasubbu, lahuma, for both of them, al-qahwata, coffee. The cup bearer enters and he pours coffee for both of them. Who are they? Huma? Mahdiyu?
The mudir and
Mudir
the young youth.
Shab.
All right, alhamdulillah. So we have thoroughly explained everything. We have seen so many changes that take place. Now it's up to you how you utilize them, how you learn them, and how you try to
But
understand
what
them.
is, how will we identify, Ustad, if it is that one is deleted? Like how we will analyze that one, like whether it is deleted
Like
or
this,
not?
like you're doing now,
Yeah.
by practice.
Yeah.
So you have figured out something over here. So
But
next
what
time,
will be
inshallah,
deleted?
whenever
What
you
is
are
this which
reading
is
the
deleted,
translation of the
Ustad?
Quran,
No,
and
what is
whenever you
deleted
find
here?
something extra over there, you will realize that something is over there which is missing, or something that is over there. The translation will tell you. Now, inshallah, when you look at the translation, and I suggest using the translation of Sahih International, as I said, that is like very authentic translation, and also like according to the language as well. So if you want to like analyze the text and you want to see how it is translated in the prospectus of the linguistics, then Sahih International is the best translation. All of them are excellent, and you can find them on Quran.com. So inshallah, when you read the translation now, you will try to figure out, and this is tadabbur in Quran. أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنَ أَمْ عَلَى قُلُوبٍ أَقْفَالُهَا. So this is tadabbur, that we do tadabbur, we do tafakkur, we do ta'ammal, and we try to figure out, and then we inshallah go further deep into the studies. And of course, it will come with learning, and it will come with practice. May Allah accept it for you and for me. And inshallah, I'll see you in the next lesson. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.